start the match. It's a vital 90 minutes in this league campaign. Hearts unbeaten in 10 matches. The last time they lost was against Rangers at Tynecastle by 5 goals to 2. But lately, showing very impressive form. No Jim Jeffries in that Hearts dugout. Billy Brown is the man in charge down there, but up in the stand, with a watchful eye on proceedings, is the Hearts manager. Gascoigne, that's a wild ball, which gives Neil McCann a chance. It went out off the head of Alec Cleland. Naismith, away from Stuart McCall, and gets a foul as well. It was a late challenge by Gascoigne. This was determined play from Naismith and abruptly halted by that tackle. So both managers are up in the stand. Walter Smith in his customary position in the director's box. Won by Murray. Cleland to Laudrup. Alec Cleland racing away looking for the return pass. Confusion there between Locke and Naismith. Alec Cleland has it, cutting inside, it's a good ball in. Away from Grant Murray. Well defended by him. That was a good ball in from Cleland. Cut out by Porini, it's well done by McCall, works it on to Laudrup. Negri the only target at the moment. He tried to switch flanks, he was looking for Alberts. It's nodded back to Laudrup by Weir. Signs of nerves in these opening stages. In from Laudrup and tucked behind by Gary Locke. Hearts will feel they've played themselves into trouble there. They had a chance to clear, and it was given straight back to Laudrup by David Weir, and this was a teasing ball in. Gascoigne with Turn up ahead of him, and now McCall. That's the midfield three. Back for Gascoigne. Colin Cameron working hard to give Paul Gascoigne no time on the ball. He was a bit over-eager there, tackling Gascoigne from the back. And the free kick given very quickly here for this challenge. There's the Hearts wall, matching the conditions in their white shirts. And visibility could be difficult here for Gilles Rousset against George Albert's shot. It dipped in front of the goalkeeper, but he looked fairly comfortable that that was going wide. Alberts again got through the wall, but a couple of feet wide. Stuart McCall for Alberts. That's a good tackle. The tackling back by Gary Locke. And that's a foul by Grant Murray. He wasn't close enough to Brian Laudrup to get the ball there. And that's the first yellow card of the match. Touch of inexperience here, diving into the challenge. Not quite sure who that was intended to. From Alberts, there's a dangerous tackle on Steve Fulton by Stuart McCall. Advantage being played for Hearts, but I'm sure Kenny Clark will want to take some action once the ball is dead. Steve Fulton is still grounded. That could really have been a painful one for him. Grant Murray keeping cool in a pressure situation and then turning the ball out. Fury on the Hearts bench. And Steve Fulton still not back to 100%. And it's a booking, and it had to be that way for Stuart McCall. That was a dangerous challenge on Fulton. On this sort of surface, that could really have been bad news for Fulton. A low trajectory kick from Andy Gorham, flicked on by Stuart McCall. Marco Negri gets there. Bundled over by Paul Ritchie. He didn't get the ball that time, but he definitely got Negri. Just a bit impatient to get at the ball there, Richie. Quickly in from Gascoigne, it takes a touch and turned behind by Jim Hamilton. That could have been very dangerous inside the Hearts penalty area. Quickly taken by Gascoigne. And Marco Negri almost in on the end of it. That's careless play by David Weir. At the moment, not a surface on which to play too much football. It's a good run this by Colin Cameron. Does well to keep it in. And the tackle by Paul Gascoigne. It's Hearts' first corner kick of the match. We haven't seen too much of the Rangers penalty area so far. In from Neil McCann. Took a touch off Alberts and had to be tucked behind at that near post, and a few words being exchanged among those Rangers defenders. Again, the left-footed in-swinger. Here's a chance for Cameron. Charged down by Richard Gough. A vital stop from the skipper. Chipped ahead by David Weir into space. Mopped up by Bjorklund. That's a loose one from Andy Gorham. And Neil McCann gives Hearts the lead. 31 minutes gone. A blunder by Andy Gorham. And what a boost that is for Hearts. They've had very little in an attacking sense. Possibly Bjorklund might not have played that ball back to his goalkeeper. Andy Gorham presented the ball to Neil McCann. And credit to Neil McCann here for quick thinking. He couldn't have expected that the ball would come his way, but he placed it beyond the Rangers goalkeeper. It's 1-0 Hearts. Good play from McCann through for Steve Fulton. Steve Fulton tripped at the edge of the area. And the cards are out again. That was a well-timed run by Fulton. And a foul by Richard Gough, just a couple of yards outside the area. Jim Jeffries may be happy in the stand, but Walter Smith clearly was not happy up there. He's now down in the dugout, passing instructions on to Archie Knox. There's the scoreline, which makes good viewing for these Hearts fans who've made the journey through from Edinburgh, and it's well worthwhile at the moment. Rangers badly needing some ideas in build-up. Laudrup dispossessed by McCann, gives it away to Stuart McCall though. Lofted in for Negri, a spectacular effort. Cleland and Alberts took a deflection. Alberts has done it again for Rangers. Five minutes from half-time, and Rangers are back in the match. The Rangers fans more relieved than delighted, possibly. And George Alberts, who hammered in the winner against Hibs 7 days ago, knocking in the equaliser here with the aid of a big deflection that left Gilles Rousset flat-footed. The first ball in was from Stuart McCall, laid back into the path of Alberts. It came off Gary Locke and it bubbled into the net past Rousset. Gascoigne gets it back from Cleland into stoppage time at the end of the first half. Gascoigne gets it back from Tern. Good linking play on a difficult pitch. Alberts stretching to try to keep the ball in. Couldn't quite get there. Good build-up here from Rangers. Gascoigne and Tern very much involved. But the ball skidding over the goal line. Jim Jeffries alongside the chief executive, Chris Robinson. Here's McCann. Looking for Colin Cameron. It's a good ball from McCann. Turned back in for Hamilton. Richard Gough is at his back. He finds Adam, but Stefan Adam is offside. It wouldn't have mattered if the ball had ended up in the net. The flag was already up. Stefan Adam, well, that looks a very tight one. Adam looking onside there. Here's Alberts. A buzz in the crowd as soon as Alberts gets the ball, and another blistering effort from him. Just 18 inches off target from a tight angle as well, but it bobbled and it bounced and it went wide. Cleland to McCall. Colin Cameron made the challenge. Gary Locke with the tackle on Gascoigne. Gascoigne again not caring for the tackle. McCall to Alberts, he'll need to take the ball with him. Good vision from McCall, knowing that Porini was there. Gascoigne. Porini's continued his run forward. Here's Negri. Tugged it wide. Thought he might just have goal number 36 staring him in the face here, Marco Negri. But for once, off target. Nearly 3 minutes of stoppage time, but that is now the half-time whistle from Kenny Clark. And it's a 1-1 at the interval. Neil McCann putting Hearts in front after 31 minutes. The goal given to him on a plate, a bad mistake by Andy Gorham. And the ball was quickly returned behind the Rangers goalkeeper. George Alberts equalising for Rangers 5 minutes before half-time. So it's delicately poised between these title rivals. Half-time at Ibrox. Rangers 1, Hearts 1. It's the return of the white ball as the Rangers will restart the second half, and that's a sign of improving weather conditions after the fairly atrocious opening to this match. Rangers have won only one of their last 4 league games, and they'll be a whole lot happier that they're back on level terms. Hearts having taken the lead in a match which could have major implications in terms of the destination of the league championship. Brian Ledger's pass, a good one for Alec Crellin, just a bit too much pace on it, and well covered by Paul Ritchie. His 100th competitive appearance for Hearts. Ritchie, a vastly improved player, and good intervention from him. Archie Knox has a phone call to make, and I think the manager may well be at the other end. Colin Cameron making a run through the middle. It's a good tackle by Alberts on Locke, and now counter-attacking possibilities for Rangers. Gascoigne through for Negri, but the Hearts defence have moved out. Marco Negri pleading his case. Here's the chance to make your mind up, and it looked as if he was onside, but it looks as if Brian Laudrup was off on the far side. Paul Gascoigne has looked none too happy injury-wise since the early stages of this game, and finally for him enough is enough. Off he comes, and on in his place comes the young Finn, Jonathan Johansson.
Paul Gascoigne, on goes 15 on your programme, 14 on the jersey, Jonathan Johansson.
There's McCann, losing his footing, and now Rangers on the break. It's Laudrup, Alberts and Negri are up. Here's George Alberts striding through, a chance for number 2. It's the side netting. A position from which George Alberts has scored so many of his goals. Quickly fed by Laudrup. He had the edge on Gary Naismith, but Naismith doing enough in that sliding challenge to force the shot off target. Flipped on by Jim Hamilton for Adam. No foul given. Stefan Adam certainly looking for it. Now Alberts striding away again. He's away from David Weir. Having a big say in this match. Alberts in for Negri, and good handling from Rousset. Top class goalkeeping that, under pressure from Negri. It was a good ball in from Alberts, and Rousset full stretch. There's Steve Fulton. Drifted in looking for Colin Cameron away from Tern. Hamilton trying to flick that on in the direction of Gary Locke. A misplaced pass. And now Brian Laudrup. He's away from Gary Naismith. Here's Negri onto the left foot. Curling effort, but it didn't carry enough pace to bother Gilles Rousset. But Hearts must be aware of the danger of giving the ball away to Rangers in these sort of situations. Turn to Alberts. Laudrup and Alberts leaving that to each other. Now Alberts and Laudrup, a chance here for Rangers. Laudrup's round Rousset. And what a save that was from Gary Naismith. Pat on the head for the youngster. What an important challenge this might prove to be. It looked as if Brian Laudrup was about to have some say in Rangers going 2-1 up. In stepped Naismith. Alberts. Jonas turns alongside him, and now Johansson. Back onto the right foot. Swerving ball in, chested down by Naismith for Rousset. Again, signs that the learning process is paying off for young Gary Naismith. Here's Laudrup. And again, it's Naismith backtracking. He's really given Brian Laudrup no joy whatsoever. Hamilton kept it in. Neil McCann. Bad tackle by Richard Gough. And Richard Gough will be sent off. He's been booked already. The card pulled out of Kenny Clark's hand by Sergio Porrini. There could be more trouble here for Rangers. But Richard Gough has been dismissed. Archie Knox giving vent to his fury on the touchline. A clear warning there that Archie Knox could end up in the stand if he's not too careful. The Rangers captain is about to head down the tunnel. 2 bookable offences. And Walter Smith having his say as well. Rangers furious at that decision by Kenny Clark. Walter Smith is absolutely incensed. And Kenny Clark telling Walter Smith to return to the stand. This was the tackle on Neil McCann. Certainly a foul. And Kenny Clark's ruling was that that was a bookable offence. And Richard Gough, having already seen a yellow card in the first half, has now seen red with 21 minutes of the second half gone. Rangers down to 10 men, and Archie Knox and Walter Smith dragging each other back to the dugout. Fulton. Naismith, fouled by Cleland. No complaints from Alec Cleland there. A clear obstruction on Naismith, who had knocked the ball past him, and he'll be spoken to by Kenny Clark. That was good play this from Naismith, halted in his tracks. Now what can Hearts do with this? In from Steve Fulton, all the way across to Jim Hamilton, and touched over the top by Andy Gorham. It was a difficult ball to deal with that. It was dropping in under the crossbar, and Andy Gorham forced to arch backwards and touch it over the top. Stuart McCall's header, Johansson having to race to keep that in, and that's good tackling back by Stefan Adam. Back off Laudrup to Tern. Stuart McCall lining up the shot. Good effort from McCall. Looked as if he was going to blast it. then changed his mind, spotted Gilles Rousset, a couple of yards off his line, and tried to chip this over the goalkeeper. And McCall gets it back. Steve Fulton in front of him. Laudrup against McCann. McCall, Cleland, and now Alberts. Gary Lock went out to meet him. Marco Negri so close to getting a touch in his favourite position, right in front of goal. It's a corner kick. Hammered in again by Alberts, and a touch off Naismith on its way behind. Twisting away from Tern. Chipped over the top by Naismith. Adam, brilliant save by Andy Gorham. Hart so close to getting back in front. And Andy Gorham, who made such a dreadful error in the first half, making a superb save here. Stefan Adam denied. Weir, Adam, Hamilton, Cameron, Ritchie, all in the middle. And the header from Neil McCann at the near post. And he's so disappointed that he didn't put that on target. It's not a rarity for Neil McCann to score with his head. He did it during the week. He's done it more than once this season. And he got ahead of his markers there to get in the header. And that will alarm Rangers. McCann to Lock. Gary Lock keeping that in. Stefan Adam! And Jim Hamilton scores for Hearts. Again, defensive frailty from Rangers. And it's punished by Hearts. Jim Hamilton, 4 goals in 3 games. And 14 minutes from time, Hearts retake the lead. This was left by Bjorklund. He thought it was going out. Gary Lock was having none of it. He kept it in, driven across by Adam, in from Hamilton. And Joachim Bjorklund will look at this with horror. He thought it was heading out. 2-1 Hearts. Johansson to Laudrup. Jonathan Johansson again. He's got a fair bit of pace. Foul given against Grant Murray. He'll have to beware. He's been yellow carded already, and Grant Murray is the second player to be sent off. Richard Gough has already taken an early bath, and Grant Murray was booked very early on in this match. Now sees the yellow card again, and a very concerned looking Jim Jeffries, as Hearts now have to reorganise. Directions even being passed on by Chris Robinson as well. It was the pace of Johansson that put Murray in trouble here, lured into the late tackle. Laudrup, McCall, Alberts on the left foot. Well struck, not held by Rousset. Down goes Marco Negri. And Kenny Clark again at the centre of attention, and a flare-up too between Negri and Rousset. Marco Negri is booked. The shot from Alberts was too hot to handle for Rousset. Negri went down. It looked as if the leg of Rousset may well have been involved there. A long ball from Torrini flicked on. That's handball from Gary Lock. A free kick just a few yards outside the penalty area. We're 30 seconds into stoppage time, and this may well be Rangers' last chance to salvage a point from a losing situation. Rangers may well again be looking to George Alberts here. Rosenthal over the ball too. It's Alberts, takes a deflection! He's done it again! Absolutely incredible! A minute of stoppage time played, and And just as he did in the first half, George Alberts rescues Rangers in the second. Again a deflection, and again it ends up behind Gilles Rousset. For the Tynecastle team, this is heartbreak. Just when it looked as if they were going to beat Rangers, in stepped George Alberts, and that's his 11th goal of the season. And David, we are forced into conceding a corner kick. Almost 3 minutes now into stoppage time. These Rangers fans willing a winner. The Alberts corner kick. Stuart McCall's header. That's saved by Rousset and lost by Rousset. But a foul given against Jonathan Johansson for his challenge on the goalkeeper when Stuart McCall's header was looping towards him. That's full time. What an amazing match. 4 goals, 2 sendings off. An array of bookings as well. Not a happy day for Joachim Bjorklund, who was guilty at the Hearts' second goal when he dallied on a ball close to the byline. Jim Hamilton scored. Andy Gorham was an offender in the first half for Rangers as he gave the ball straight to Neil McCann, and Neil McCann putting Hearts in front after 31 minutes. But Rangers have a hero in George Alberts. 2 goals for him 5 minutes before half-time, and then a minute into stoppage time. And those may well be goals which keep Rangers' title show on the road. A busy afternoon for Kenny Clark, a stormy match, full of controversy, full of drama, full of excitement, and at the end of it, it's Rangers 2, Hearts 2.